Observe this, everyone. See, what I want to speak about now is हमें प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस क्यों चाहिए? बिना प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज के जो भी हम करना चाहते हैं, वॉट एवर इज द अल्टीमेट पर्पस, विल दैट बी नॉट बी पॉसिबल? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, why do we need a programming language? Now see, I would take a very simple scenario over here. Let us say this is one person. Maybe I would call him as person A. And I'm very bad at drawings. Please don't judge me with my drawing skills. I am a technical person. So let us say this is one person over here. And what he wants to do is maybe he wants a friend of him, he wants another person to perform a basic task on his behalf. What is the task, sir? Basically, he wants to know, he wants the second person to perform a very simple task. What is the task, sir? Observe this. This is the task. I will write down the task also. Very simple operation is what the first person is expecting from the second person. What is the result of adding 2 and 3? Sir, kitna simple hai, sir? But how are you planning to convey here? That is extremely important. Second, I just want to increase the size. Yes, here it is. Okay, let us just concentrate on the concept here. So see, the first person here wants the second person to basically perform a simple task here, which is he wants to know the result of adding two simple numbers, which is 2 and 3. Now my question is, how was this conveyed to the second person? ये जो information whatever he is expecting, जो भी काम ये दूसरे आदमी से expect कर रहे हैं, how is he expecting the task from the second person? Think an answer. 100% for this, the first person should communicate with the second person. And for the sake of communication, the first person here is going to make use of a language. What do you mean to say, sir? If this is what he wants to convey to the second person, 100% communication is going to be needed between these two individuals. क्योंकि communication के बिना there is nothing called as telepathy, that he can't think what the other person is thinking about in the brain. 100% communication is needed here. Observe this. I would say communication. But think an answer. For the sake of communication, what are we using here? How do you communicate with the other person? I will have to make use of a language. Now, even now also, I'm communicating, I'm conversing with all of you. How am I communicating with all of you? Using a language. Language is like a medium here. That is why, how is the communication going to happen, sir? Here, it is going to be done using something called as the native spoken languages. Let me increase the size of font, this is too small. The communication is going to be accomplished using something called as native spoken languages. Sir, can you give an example of native spoken languages? क्यों नहीं? Hindi is a native spoken language. Kannada is a native spoken language. English is a native spoken language. Marathi is a native spoken language. Gujarati, the Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, all of these are also native spoken languages. Am I clear with this, everyone? Using a native spoken language here, the first person is going to communicate with the second person. How is he going to communicate? Sir, the statement already it is there on your screen. What is the result of adding 2 and 3? 100% the second person is going to clearly understand what the first person is expecting from him, and immediately he is going to perform that simple operation, and he's going to respond to the first person. How is he also going to communicate back to the first person? Once again, using a native spoken language, he is going to tell the result is 5. That's all. We know when you add 2 and 3, it is nothing but 5. So tell me, how did these two individuals communicate with each other? It is by using a native spoken language. अभी the entire setup here, यहाँ पे जो अभी पूरा setup आपको दिख रहा है, everything is going to remain the same. ये ऐसे ही होगा. But what I'm going to do now is, in this entire setup now, observe this. I will just copy paste it, or I'll do one thing, I'll rewrite it, not an issue. So what I'm going to do is, let us say This is the same individual here. This is the same individual. जो भी पहला आदमी था वही है, the person ये. But then on the other side, I am going to replace this human being. The second human is going to be replaced with a very powerful device, a very powerful machine. What is that, sir? That is nothing but your computer. Now please understand, if the same person wants to communicate with a computer, sir, why the hell will a human being will be interested in communicating with a computer, sir? Very simple. Because whatever tasks previously human beings could do, it could be arithmetic operations, logical operations. Nowadays, you don't need a human being. The computer is more than enough. And it is so powerful. Whatever operations, it can be done by 10 human beings. One computer is more than enough. And it is not going to take lifetime to do those operations. Nanoseconds, milliseconds, काम हो जाएगा. But think an answer. Very powerful device it is. It is able to perform arithmetic and logical operations, millions and millions of operations in 1 nanoseconds. But you please respond to me. Do you think आप कंप्यूटर के बगल में खड़ के कंप्यूटर को बोलोगे क्या, hey, what is the result of adding 2 and 3 computer? कंप्यूटर को कान नहीं लगा है. Computer doesn't have ears. So what should be done, sir? You will have, for the sake of communicating with the computer, that means once again, I'm encountering the same scenario here. This time also, I want the human not to communicate with another human being. This time he has to communicate with a machine. Which machine am I talking about? It is nothing but your computer. How will this communication be possible, sir? Please understand, your computers will understand a specific set of languages. बस इन्हीं language को computers समझते हैं. And those languages are only technically referred to as programming languages. Am I clear with this? I hope the first question is clarified. Please, ये assumption लेके मेरी क्लास में बिल्कुल मत आइए कि डायरेक्टली ये लोग प्रोग्राम लिख के एग्जीक्यूट करके हमें नेक्स्ट दिन ही डेवलपर बना के भेज देंगे. ये ऐसा नहीं होने वाला है. It is a very realistic course. It is a very practical oriented course here. We are going to start absolutely from scratch. क्योंकि हमें पता है हमारे स्टूडेंट्स कौन से बैकग्राउंड से आए हैं. There are many here. More than 70% of the people in this course are coming from non-technical background. So there are a lot of hopes which are being bestowed on our shoulders. So don't think first day itself, Zabi sir is going to write one Java program, 150 lines of code. He will execute, we will push it to GitHub, we will write a post on LinkedIn, 1000 likes मिल जाएंगे, next दिन HR से call आएगा, हम company में interview attend करेंगे, place हो जाएंगे. Let us speak realistically here. That is why everything is going to start absolutely from scratch. So now you please think an answer. With this scenario now, which I have very beautifully explained it here, why do we need a programming language? Programming languages की जरूरत ही क्या है? A programming language is needed whenever we as a human being wants to communicate with a computer. If you want your computer to perform a certain task for you 100%, you need a programming language for this. Am I clear with this, everyone? So very simple, a programming language is needed to communicate with a computer. That is why we need something called as a programming language. Is it clear, everyone? Did all of you understand so far? How do human beings communicate with each other? मैं और आप कैसे communicate करेंगे एक दूसरे के साथ? It is by using a native spoken language. English, Kannada, Hindi, Marathi, Telugu, Tamil, whatever. हाँ, but अगर से हम इंसान अगर से कंप्यूटर के साथ कम्युनिकेट करना चाहते हैं तो वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू यूज अ नेटिव स्पोकन लैंग्वेज. मैं कंप्यूटर के बगल में खड़ के आई कांट टेल ए कंप्यूटर 2 और 3 को ऐड करके मुझे रिजल्ट बता दीजिए. Like I said, computer don't have ears attached to them. Computers are going to understand a specific set of languages. And what are those languages called as? Those languages are only called as programming languages. Very simple. तो ये एक चीज तो यहाँ पे बिल्कुल क्लियर हो गई है. Now we understand what is the definition of a programming language. और हमें ये भी पता है कि जावा जो है वो भी एक प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज है. तो why do you use Java now? To communicate with a computer, because Java is also a programming language. Am I clear with this, everyone? So अगर से आपको आपके घर में अभी कोई पूछेगा तो आपने हाफ एन आवर में क्या सीखा इस सेशन में? इट्स वेरी सिंपल. जबी सर ने एक ही चीज पढ़ाया है, जावा इज अ प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज. They will be shocked. 30 minutes, and the mentor there has explained only one thing about it. Yes, you're understanding all of these things for the first time in your life, and you'll have to understand it correctly. So why do we need a programming language? To communicate with a computer. Now we also know that Java is a programming language. Now whenever you read this statement on any website or maybe in any textbook, Java is a programming language, C is a programming language, C++ is a programming language, आपको कुछ भी 0% डाउट्स रहेंगे उसके बारे में, because you have all understood what is the primary purpose of a programming language. Is it clear, everyone, so far? Let us do one thing. I'm not going to send the PDF documents and all. And when I'm explaining, I don't want any of my students to parallelly keep writing notes, keep making notes. Let that habit be eliminated immediately from day one. When I'm explaining, आपके जो पेन है हाथ में, जो नोटबुक्स हैं, everything you should keep it aside. You should only concentrate on my explanation. But जब भी मेरा explanation हो जाता है, when I have to proceed with the next topic, मैं आपको good enough 5 minutes का break दूंगा so that you can copy everything that is there on my screen. And once you have copied it, only then I'm going to proceed with the next topic. So please be quick. I don't think so you need 5 minutes to copy this, whatever is on my screen. Just take 1 or 2 minutes and completely copy this. Please be quick. I hope all of you are also maintaining separate notebooks. जो भी आप recorded sessions भी देखने वाले हैं हैदर सर के, make sure whatever he's speaking there, you also make notes. आपके notes extremely important है. Please be quick, copy this as it is. Now let us proceed forward. Now the next thing that we are going to understand is quite basics here, जो आपको definitely interviews में पूछा जाएगा. And what is that, sir? Please listen to me carefully. See, अभी आज भी आपको कोई कंप्यूटर परचेस करना हो एंड इट शुड हैव अ हाई एंड प्रोसेसर, मे बी कुछ 16 GB की रैम चाहिए आपको कंप्यूटर के अंदर, definitely at least minimum 70,000 rupees to 1.5 lakh rupees. That is the range, depending on the brand, depending on the latest processor, what kind of a configuration you're expecting within your computer system. The price is 100%, it is going to vary. मान लीजिए आप रेडी, आपने आपके पेरेंट्स को मना लिया है and they're also ready to invest this huge amount in terms of buying that wonderful powerful device, and they will purchase it for you. You have bought the computer. After buying that computer, if you keep it at one corner in your house, maybe in your study room, do you think the computer will automatically understand whatever activities you want to perform within the computer through the computer? मे बी लेटर से आपको कुछ शॉपिंग करना है फ्लिपकार्ट पे या मे बी अमेजोन पे. डू यू थिंक जस्ट बिकॉज यू आर थिंकिंग अबाउट इट, आपका कंप्यूटर ऑटोमेटिकली फ्लिपकार्ट की वेबसाइट खोलेगा, जो भी आपको चाहिए वो ऑटोमेटिकली कार्ट में ऐड करेगा और आपका पेमेंट भी प्रोसीड करके आइटम्स भी परचेस कर देगा? 100% it is not going to happen. Doesn't matter whether it is 1.5 lakhs worth or whether it is 15 lakhs worth or 15 crores rupees worth. Whatever computers that you are going to buy today, I would like to call all of those computers. Please observe this here, everyone. जो भी computers आप आज के जमाने में यूज कर रहे हो और जो भी computers पहले से भी था, all of these computers, listen to me carefully. All of these computers, I'm going to refer to them. I'm going to refer to these machines as dumb devices. Sir, आप ये वर्ड क्यों यूज कर रहे हो कंप्यूटर के लिए? वेरी सिंपल. आपने ये वर्ड कहीं पे सुना है? हाँ, जब भी आप क्लास में कुछ गलती करते हो या कोई होमवर्क करके नहीं आया है, तो you would have heard it from your teachers, especially they would have asked you to do something and you wouldn't have done it, or in few other cases it is understood by default, ये करके आना ही है, जो भी टीचर ने बताया वो भी करना है. There are few other activities which you're supposed to do it on your own. हर दिन तो टीचर नहीं बोलेंगे ना क्लास में कि आपको यूनिफॉर्म पहन के ही क्लास में आना चाहिए था. And what do you say such people who would wait for explicit instructions, and only if somebody would give instruction to that person and only then that job will be done, the task is going to be done? Such people are only called as dumb people. But sir, that is okay. Why are you calling our computer as a dumb device? Please understand, this very powerful machine, which is a computer, Why I'm referring to it as a dumb device, doesn't matter how expensive, how powerful it has become. आज भी 2023 में भी अगर कोई भी इसके साथ कम्युनिकेट करना चाहता है, 100% the computer will not do anything unless and until you give instructions to the computer. Unless and until you command the computer will not do anything for us. Oh sir, understood sir. अगर से कंप्यूटर के साथ कुछ भी करवाना होगा, by using the computer, if you want any task to be performed, 100% instructions have to be given as input to the computer. So understand this. Correct sir, समझ गए? So what we should do is we should take these instructions. I should give instruction to the computer. But sir, एक ही बार में कितने instructions दे सकते हैं computer को? There is absolutely no upper limit at all. Any number of instructions can be given as input to the computer. Sir, how many instructions? Sir, like I said, इसके लिए कोई limit ही नहीं. There are no boundaries at all. So what I would like to do is maybe I will call this as instruction 1. I'll copy this. Maybe, see, look at this. Instruction 2. Like this, any number of instructions can be provided. After this, I'll simply write it like this. That means many number of instructions are going to be present. What are you supposed to do now? Please look at this now. Look at this. I'm going to introduce a new technical term now. This entity that you see here, look at this, everyone. This entity that you see here, which is nothing but a set of instructions that should be given as input to the computer to perform a certain task. This group, this entity here is what is technically called as a program. So आज के बाद मैं अपने फ्यूचर लेक्चर्स में जब भी आपको ये रेफर करते हुए मिलूंगा कि ये प्रोग्राम है, इमीडिएटली आपको समझ जाना चाहिए कि व्हाट इज अ प्रोग्राम. अ प्रोग्राम इज नथिंग बट अ सेट ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शंस. But is anybody a fool to simply write these instructions? 100% no. Why will you write instructions? Whenever you have a certain task in your mind, you want addition activity to be performed, then you will write the instructions to perform addition operation. Whenever you have in your mind to perform subtraction operation, then only for that operation, accordingly, you will choose the instructions there. So whenever anybody wants to create a program, do that person already have a certain task in their head? 100% yes. Only then the person will go ahead and write a program. For example, book my show जो application आप लोग use करते हो, whenever you want to watch some movies, whenever you want to book movie tickets online, or maybe book some theater play tickets online, the developer of the book my show, when he wanted to create that software, when he wanted to write that program, उनके दिमाग में already problem statement बच चुका था कि he wants to write a program which is going to help the users book movie tickets online. Already पता चल गया था. Similarly, जो Zomato food delivery application है, इनके developers को already पता है कि भाई हमें program online movie tickets लिखने के book करने के लिए लिखना नहीं है. We are a food delivery company. हमें program लिखना है using which our clients are going to order food online. Doorstep delivery of food. These are the services that is a problem statement for this company. I hope you're understanding. So basically, nobody's simply going to write a program. Before you write a program, which is nothing but set of instructions, आपको पता रहना चाहिए किस बारे में आप कंप्यूटर को instructions दे रहे हो. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, maybe ordering food online, maybe booking movie tickets online, maybe doing some shopping online. I hope all of you are understanding it. Now, what is the use of this program, sir? Program to ready हो गया. इसका use क्या है? You will have to take this program, and this program should be given as input to the computer. So please understand this. So I'll take this program. I will give it as input to my computer like this. Okay, sir. Then what, sir? Again, I'm giving a warning in between here. It's a humble request. While I'm explaining, please do not make any notes at all. Your entire focus should only be in my class. Focus is the most important asset. Do not ever forget this statement. So concentrate here. So what is the use of this program? It is going to be given as input to the computer. What is the computer going to do, sir? Now please think and answer. Computer is going to perform the task for whatever you have written the instructions for. But think and answer. There is another catch here. Can I write these instructions in whichever language I want? 100% नो। ये तो मैंने भी जस्ट इससे पहले की जो टॉपिक में मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया था वहीं पे मैंने क्लैरिफाई कर दिया था कि कंप्यूटर्स अंडरस्टैंड ओनली वन सेट ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस. व्हाट आर दो सेट ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस? Programming languages. That means in what language am I supposed to write these instructions in? 100% I cannot make use of a native spoken language. I will have to make use of one or the other programming language here. So observe this. I'm going to make use of a programming language. Sir, can you give an example of a programming language? Why not? C is a programming language. C++ is a programming language. Java is a programming language. Python is a programming language. JavaScript is a programming language. Ruby is a programming language. Like this, at least there are minimum 2000 high-level programming languages. Am I clear with this, everyone? I will add one more programming language here, which is C#, which is owned by Microsoft. Did you guys understand so far? Right. In what language am I going to code these instructions in? Using a programming language. Now that my instructions are ready, I will give it as input to the computer. Think and answer. Will the computer understand these instructions? Bilkul. Kyun nahi? Because the only language which the computer is going to understand is a programming language. And I have also written my programs in the same. Immediately, जो भी मैं word यहाँ पे use कर रहा हूँ, computer will understand these instructions. जो अंडरस्टैंड का वर्ड है यहाँ पे, जो समझने का वर्ड है यहाँ पे, इट इज अ वेरी नॉन टेक्निकल टर्म. नॉन टेक्निकली वी से कंप्यूटर अंडरस्टैंड्स द प्रोग्राम. सेम चीज को टेक्निकली इफ आई हैव टू एक्सप्रेस, आई से द कंप्यूटर इज गोइंग टू एक्सिक्यूट द प्रोग्राम और द कंप्यूटर इज गोइंग टू रन द प्रोग्राम. एक्सिक्यूट, रन, अंडरस्टैंड, एवरीथिंग मीन्स द सेम. Am I clear with this? That means the moment you give this program as input to the computer is immediately going to execute that program. And execution, I will represent it like this. The moment a computer is going to execute the program, जो भी टास्क के लिए आपने जो प्रोग्राम लिखा था वो टास्क परफॉर्म हो जाएगा. And as a result of which, as a user, we will also get the output of the program. So the result that is going to be produced by that program is what is technically called as the output of the program. Is it clear, everyone? So far? Okay, perfect. Now, please think and answer. What is this called as? Set of instructions? Nothing but a program. See, set of instructions को program बुलाते हैं. And if you have collection of many such programs, look at the hierarchy here, collection of many such programs, then that is what is technically called as a software. So आपको software का definition भी इसके through पता चल गया. So what is a software? A software is nothing but a collection of many such programs. For example, Facebook एक software application है. So think about it and answer. Do you think in Facebook software there is only one program? 100% no. There are many programs. All of those programs combined together is what is going to create a software application for us, a very powerful application for us. Am I clear with this, everyone? So once again, set of instructions को program बुलाते हैं. Many such programs combined together, what is it going to create? A software. What you call as a software, sometimes we also refer to it as an application. जो आप हर दिन प्रतिदिन आप बुलाते रहते हैं इसको. This is what is technically called as an app. ये ऐप डाउनलोड कर लीजिए, वो ऐप डाउनलोड कर लीजिए, उसको शेयर कर दीजिए. What is it? App, application, software is nothing but collection of programs. And what is a program? A program is nothing but a set of instructions that should be given as input to the computer, and the computer is going to understand the program, whatever task that is going to be expected by that program, the task will be performed, and as a result of which, computer is also going to produce output to us. Is it clear, everyone? Next watcher. जो भी मैंने यहाँ पे explain किया है, all of this doesn't happen in the hospitality industry. All of this doesn't happen in the medical industry. It doesn't happen in the construction industry. ये जो भी process मैंने explain किया है, all of this is a day-to-day activity within an industry. Which industry are you talking about, sir? कौन सी industry के बारे में आप बात कर रहे हो? There is an industry out there which is called as the information technology industry. Nothing but the IT industry. इसी को IT industry कहते हैं. हाँ, IT industry के अंदर जो भी बंदे ये काम करते हैं उनको those people are going to be given a special designation. Observe this. I will say within the IT industry, the individuals who are going to perform this, sir, what are they going to do, sir? They will make use of a programming language. देखिए यहाँ पे they will make use of a programming language. Using a programming language, they are going to code these instructions. In other words, they are going to create these programs. Multiple programs will be combined together to create a software. This program will be given as input to the computer. Computer is going to understand or execute the program, as a result of which computer is also going to produce the output. Such individuals within the, excuse me, such individuals within the IT industry are only technically called as programmers. सर हमें भी प्रोग्रामर बनना है, देन ये यही काम आप लोग भी करोगे डे इन एंड डे आउट. Sometimes the same individuals are also referred to as software developers. Why? Because they're not building hotels, they're not building something else, they're building softwares here. That is why they're also called as software developers. Am I clear with this, everyone? It's a very simple process here, but I have explained everything that is going to involve within this process. Am I clear? मैं और एक बार इसका क्विक समरी देने वाला हूं. Please concentrate and understand here. Within the IT industry, these individuals who are nothing but programmers or software developers are going to make use of a specific set of languages, special languages called as the programming languages, to write these programs. And what is a program? Nothing but set of instructions. And when you combine multiple programs together, that is what is going to result in terms of creation of a software. Once these instructions are coded, you take that program, give it as input to the computer. Computer is going to execute those instructions, as a result of which we are also going to be provided with the output. Simple as that. So इसके through मैंने बहुत सारे basic terminologies that you're going to be introduced in the course. जो भी हैदर सर के वीडियोस देखना ऑलरेडी स्टार्ट कर चुके हैं, 100% श्योर दैट ही वुड हैव डेफिनेटली यूज्ड ऑल ऑफ दीज टेक्निकल terminologies in his classes. But you should not be confused. Whenever you hear the word program, you should know it is nothing but set of instructions. What is a software? It is a collection of many programs. In what language am I going to write these programs? I can't make use of any native spoken languages. I will have to make use of special languages, which only the computers are going to understand, called as the programming languages. और ऐसे लोगों को what is the designation that will be given in the IT industry? It is nothing but the designation of a programmer or a software developer. Of course, ये चीज जो है ये company to company vary होती रहती है. Maybe one company would call you as a software engineer, other company would call you as a software developer, another company would call you as a system engineer, programmer, coder. It depends. Is that clear, everyone? Did you understand so far? Right. Please be quick. Copy whatever is there on my screen as it is. Okay, one second. I want to also highlight another point here. Please do not copy here. Listen to me. और अभी जो मैं बोलने वाला हूँ, it is not everybody's cup of tea. हर किसी को ये बात समझ में नहीं आएगी. You will have to concentrate and only then listen to me. And let me see किस किस को समझ में आती है. Think and answer. Whatever programs that I'm talking about, no doubt you will have to write these programs using what? Using programming language. But then those of you who are coming from C background, who are coming from computer science background, or non-computer science students also, at least आपके academics में कहीं ना कहीं तो एक programming language के बारे में पढ़ा होगा, which is nothing but the C programming language. Sir, हमने पढ़ा ही नहीं है. Don't worry. Anyways, I'm going to speak about it here. जो भी लोग पढ़े सी लैंग्वेज को पढ़े हुए हैं, यू नो सी लैंग्वेज के अंदर भी जब भी आपको कोई प्रोग्राम लिखना होता है, यू विल हैव टू मेक यूज ऑफ सम कैरेक्टर्स देयर, अल्फाबेट्स. मेरा सवाल आप सबसे यही है कि आप सब लोग कौन से लैंग्वेज के अल्फाबेट्स को यूज करते हुए सी प्रोग्राम्स को कोड करते थे? 100% you are using only the 26 English alphabets there. That means, sir, सी लैंग्वेज का प्रोग्राम में भी हम इंस्ट्रक्शंस लिख रहे थे, बट वी वर यूजिंग द अल्फाबेट्स ऑफ इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज. देन सर, आप एक तरफ बोल रहे हो कि प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज यूज करना है, एंड ऑन द अदर साइड यू आर टेलिंग दैट वी शुड मेक यूज ऑफ द इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, एवरी लैंग्वेज ऑन दिस प्लैनेट अर्थ, जो भी लैंग्वेज आज तक क्रिएट की गई है, एवरी लैंग्वेज विल गिव यू टू थिंग्स. What are those two things, sir? It will give you something called as the character set. Nothing but the alphabets. बस इसके बारे में थोड़ा सोचिए आप सब लोग. हिंदी में भी do we have something called as the akshars, nothing but the alphabets. In Kannada also we have the alphabets. English also we have it. Tamil also we have it. Telugu also we have. That means every single language will definitely give you this character set. What are the different alphabets available? Not only this, every single language will also give you the rules of the language. For example, in English, whenever a word is starting with these five characters, these five letters, A, E, I, O, U, these are technically called as vowels. जब भी इंग्लिश में आप within your sentence, if at all there is a word which is starting with the sound of a vowel, it should be preceded with an, an. I hope all of you are understanding. You should not tell I ate a apple. I ate an apple. I hope all of you are understanding it. These are called as the rules. English में जब भी आप एक sentence complete करते हो तो you'll have to place a full stop. What is this? It is a rule. Whenever you want to represent many different items, you should not simply write it one next to the other. उन सारे items के बीच में आपको comma को place करना पड़ेगा. All of these are rules. This is what in technical terms we call it as a grammar. So what are the two things every single language is going to provide us with? The character set as well as the grammar of a language. And now that we know this fact, now let me keep this aside because it is anyways not related to Java. I was just trying to give an extra piece of information. No doubt, ये सारे प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस के अंदर आप हिंदी के अक्षर नहीं यूज कर सकते हैं. We can't make use of the alphabets of Greek language. We can't make use of the alphabets of the Chinese language. We can't make use of the alphabets of the Russian language. 100% we are going to make use of the character set or the alphabets of the English language itself. तो आप alphabets कौन सी language के use करोगे? English. But the catch is, within your C program, C++ program, Java program, you're not going to follow the grammar of English. इंग्लिश का ग्रामर यहाँ पे फॉलो नहीं करेंगे. जब भी इंग्लिश में एक सेंटेंस पूरा होता है तो यू प्लेस अ फुल स्टॉप. सी प्रोग्राम में, सी प्लस प्लस में, जावा में जब भी एक स्टेटमेंट कंप्लीट होता है, वी डोंट प्लेस अ फुल स्टॉप. हम क्या प्लेस करते हैं वहां पे? सी जगह पे हम सेमीकोलन को प्लेस करते हैं. दैट मीन्स those are not the rules of English language. Those are the rules of the programming language. For example, जावा में सेमीकोलन प्लेस करना कंपलसरी है. पाइथन में सेमीकोलन प्लेस करना 100% it is optional. Am I clear with this? So I hope all of you have understood it. Within a program, whatever instructions that you're going to write, you're going to use the alphabets of English, but the grammar, you're going to follow the grammar of the programming language. Programming language के rules के हिसाब से ही हमें program को लिखना पड़ेगा. You and I can't write the program however I want. And these rules, this grammar of a programming language is what very famously we refer to it as the syntax of a programming language. This is what is called as the syntax. Syntax का मतलब क्या है? The rules of a programming language. How are you supposed to write a program? And this alphabets, whatever you're seeing here, this is what is technically called as the character set. Anyways, इसके बारे में तो मैंने अभी just कुछ ही देर पहले बात किया है. Am I clear with this? Though for somebody who's coming from a technical background, ये बहुत simple, बहुत basics लगेगा. But I want to start from the 0th level, not even from the first level. Absolutely from scratch. जो base बनाना चाहिए किसी solid programmer के लिए, a skilled developer के लिए. That is what I'm going to teach you during these live sessions. Am I clear with this, everyone? So please speak quick and whatever जो भी मैंने screen पे लिखा है ना, इसको copy करना है. Decorate मत कीजिए अपने notebooks में. कॉपी करने में और डेकोरेट करने में जमीन आसमान का फर्क है. नाउ नेक्स्ट आई वांट टू क्लैरिफाई समथिंग व्हिच इज वेरी वेरी फंडामेंटल एंड कुछ लोगों के लिए ये तो बस एक वेरी केक वॉक की जैसा क्वेश्चन है. व्हाट इज इट सर? सी, फ्रॉम आवर स्कूल डेज वी हैव बीन explained again and again, we have been reiterated the definition of a computer. So what do you think is a computer, everyone? I'm asking, but I believe ये कोई क्वेश्चन पहली बार नहीं पूछा जा रहा है. आपके एजुकेशन में डेफिनेटली एटलीस्ट मे बी इन स्कूलिंग या 11th 12th और इन डिग्री समवेयर कोई ना कोई तो एटलीस्ट इतना तो डेफिनेशन बताया होगा कि व्हाट इज अ कंप्यूटर. ओके, गॉट एन आंसर फ्रॉम रोहित. Computer is an electronic device, okay, that reduces human efforts. Electronic device that stores and process device. Okay, okay, good. Participation is important. Whether the answer is correct or wrong, that you can leave it to me. I am the judge here. You have to simply participate here. Good, Nikhil. Makes our work easier. Absolutely. Okay, wonderful. Appreciate all of your participation here. Now, listen to my answer here. I don't know about all of you, but this is what I have been taught from my school teachers always. What is a computer? A computer is an electronic device. This is what has been told to us. Of course, it takes input, it can perform certain operations, it is also going to produce some result as the output. All of that is okay. But what is the first statement there about a computer? A computer is an electronic device. Now, see, this is not wrong. At the same time, it is not 100% correct. It is partially correct. Why, sir? Because there is a very important statement here. Computer is an electronic device. Yes, why? Because you need electricity to use a computer. At the same time, is it possible to reprogram these computers? Can I create a new software today? And can all of you start using your computers for executing my software or my program? 100% yes. That means, what is the additional word, the extra word that you want to add to the definition of a computer, sir? A computer is not just an electronic device. It is an electronically programmable device. That means these computers that I'm using today, okay, I think I have shifted my computers, and that is why the web camera also moved. These computers today are not just normal computers. These are programmable computers. You and I can write new programs. Tomorrow we have a wonderful idea. Brilliant idea is what we have in our head. 100% we can write a program, and that program can be executed by the computers. That means this brings us to another discussion here. All of you please observe here to understand this. So I was talking about computer. So tell me, are you able to write new programs to these computers, and are the computers able to execute? Yes, sir. Market में wonderful application आया है सर. वो application use करके लोग dance कर रहे हैं, record करके डाल देंगे तो full on likes, comments. They are becoming celebrities overnight. Wonderful. One of you, maybe Chandan has given a call to me and told, Zabi sir, mast application aaya hai, aap bhi download kar lijiye. What is an application? It is nothing but collection of programs. So am I able to download new programs, and using the same computer? Our mobile phones today are nothing less than a computer. Are we able to execute these computers? Are we able to execute these programs through our computers? Are these computers reprogrammable? 100% yes. So what is the actual definition of a computer, doston? A computer is an electronically programmable device. That is the actual definition of it. Am I clear with this? Now that all of you have understood the definition, don't worry. मैं उस चीज को dictate भी करने वाला हूँ, actual definition. But meanwhile, I want all of you to concentrate here and understand. See, traditionally, whenever we speak about computers, they are going to be categorized into two categories. What are the two categories, sir? The first category of the computers, we call it as the stored program. We call it as the fixed program computers. Observe this. Stored program is the second category. These are called as the stored program fixed program computers, and the other category is called as the stored program computers. Sir, iska matlab kya hai, sir? It is there in the name itself. Fixed program computers means the program that is going to be run on these computers, it is already fixed. It is predefined. If you want to execute a new program onto these computers, it is not possible. Sir, क्या आप इस चीज का कोई example दे सकते हैं? Sir, 100%. Why not? For example, your calculators are also nothing but computers. But what is the only program that is running on the calculator? It is nothing but the arithmetic operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, maybe the square root, the power of a number. All of these basic arithmetic operations is what you will be able to perform. But just in case मैं आके आपसे ये सवाल करूं कि using your calculator, can you order a food for me through Zomato? Is it possible? Can we download new programs there? 100% no, it is not at all possible. I hope all of you are understanding it. So what is the meaning of fixed program computers? the program with which this computer was designed, it is the same program throughout the lifetime of the computer that is going to be executed. Am I clear with this, everyone? What about the second category? The second category of the computers, it is called as stored program computers. Uske naam mein hi hai. Stored program computers means you will be able to store new programs within the computer, and hence new programs can be executed. Can you give an example, sir? Whatever computers that we are using on a day-to-day basis, these computers are based on the concept of stored program computers. Aapke laptops, aapke desktops, all of these, the PCs that you're using, these are all based on the concept of stored program computers. Am I clear with this, everyone? In the computers, there are two categories: fixed program computers, stored program computers. In fixed program computers, the programs which these computers are going to execute, it is already fixed. For example, I think you'll understand better with an example. See, observe this. Your calculators, 100%, these are the examples of fixed program computers. For example, there are these X-ray machines. What are these? These are also machines, but is there a software that is running these machines? 100% yes. But the program the machine is going to execute, it is already fixed. It is predefined. Not only this, the washing machines at your homes, these are also the examples of fixed program computers. Is it clear, everyone? What about stored program computers, sir? In these computers, you can store new programs. Hence, if you can store it, obviously you can execute those programs. Can you give an example, sir? All of your modern day computers. It could be desktops, it could be your PCs, it could be laptops, it could be your mobile phones. All of these are based on the concept of stored program computers. Is it clear, everyone? Did you understand what are the two categories of computers? Fixed program computers and stored program computers. Great, sir. Next word, sir. Next word means, please do one thing. Firstly, take down the definition of a computer. A computer is an electronically programmable device. A computer is an electronically programmable device. A computer is an electronically programmable device. Full stop. Take it. Below that, please copy whatever you see on my screen, just the classification of computers. Please be quick. Okay, I think I have not yet given the definition of a program, so please take down somewhere. A program is a set of instructions. A program is a set of instructions. A program is a set of instructions that is given as input to the computer. That is given as input to the computer. That is given as input to the computer to perform a certain task. To perform a certain task. A program is a set of instructions that is given as input to the computer to perform a certain task. To perform a certain task. Full stop. I want all of you to underline the last two words, certain task, because unless and until there is a problem statement in your head, you're not going to write any program. So please take note. A software or an application, a software or an application, a software or an application is a collection of many programs. Is a collection of many programs. Right. Let's continue with the discussion now. Now understand this. something more about the computer we have to understand. What is that, sir? See, if any computer, if any device must be qualified to be called as a computer, there are few criteria the device has to check. What are those criteria, sir? Observe this. Let me just delete whatever is on my screen. So these are the criteria. Of course, there are two types of computers. उसके बारे में मैंने अभी just बताया था. Fixed program computers and stored program computers. What type of computers are you and I going to deal with? 100% stored program computers. That is what we're going to deal with. Now, please understand, all of the modern day computers are based on the concept of stored program computers. And who proposed this concept, sir? बहुत famous computer scientist रह चुके हैं, and the name of that computer scientist is nothing but John von Neumann. And this computer scientist has a very famous theory, has a very famous model that he has proposed with, and that is what very famously we refer to as John von Neumann architecture or John von Neumann model. आज भी बहुत सारे यूनिवर्सिटीज में across the country, for computer science students, it is in one of their academic subjects, there is this question called as explain von Neumann architecture, von Neumann model. Everything means the same here. Okay, sir, but what is that he has proposed? This is what he has proposed. Look, boss, आपके पास कोई भी एक ऐसा डिवाइस लेकर आ जाए, and if that person is asking to you, क्या इसे हम कंप्यूटर बुला सकते हैं, हाँ या ना? Then all that you are supposed to do is you will have to check whether that device has got all of these 4 units or not. If it has got these 4 units, eyes closed, you can immediately conclude that it is definitely qualified to be called as a computer. What are those 4 units, sir? The first unit it is supposed to have is a unit called as the input unit. The second unit it is supposed to have, it is called as the processing unit. The third unit, it is going to have something called as the memory unit. And the fourth unit, it is going to be called as the output unit, like this. So what and all a computer is supposed to have? It is supposed to have these 4 units: input unit, processing unit, memory unit, as well as the output unit. Only if a computer has got all of these 4 units, only then it is going to be qualified to be called as a computer, any device. बस इतना बता के the computer scientist did not wind up wrap up his theory. उन्होंने और एक मेहरबानी की है हमारे ऊपर. What is that favor that he has done, sir? He has also given the layout, the architecture, the organization of all of these 4 units inside a computer. How are they going to be connected with each other? That organization also he has given to us. And what is the organization, sir? Understand this. I'll explain it pictorially. This is only called as your input unit. So observe this quickly. I would name this component here as the input unit. Great, sir. Next word, sir. After which, here comes your processing unit. Because you know, all the 4 units must be there. I'm going to call this as the processing unit. Great, sir. Next word, sir. Of course. Which is the other unit? Next unit, kaun si hai? It is the memory unit. So observe this. This is where he said memory unit is supposed to be placed inside a computer. The organization of a computer. इसी के बारे में मैं बात कर रहा हूं. So observe this. This is only the memory unit. And what is the last unit here? The final unit is what is referred to as the output unit. So carefully observe this. This itself is our output unit. Great, sir. Next word, sir. All of these 4 units, how are they going to be connected with each other? Please remember, it is your input unit that is always going to be connected only with the processing unit. So whatever input that goes through the input unit, to which unit is it supposed to be sent? It is first supposed to be sent to the processing unit. It is up to the processing unit. Either that data can be stored in the memory. I'm very bad when it comes to drawings. Either you can store it in the memory, or let us assume there was already some data in the memory. पहले से ही कोई डेटा था मेमोरी यूनिट में. If you want, you can also read that data and you can process it. भाई मेरे मान जा. Next what, sir? After you have processed the data, whatever data you have taken it from the input, maybe taking some data from the memory unit, you want to display this. You want to maybe send it as output to the end user. That can be accomplished once again through the processing unit by commanding the data to be sent to the output unit like this. You make sure you draw straight lines. Don't draw it the way I'm drawing it here. Anyways, so tell me, yeah, is there any conclusion that you can make by referring to this organization? 100% yes. If you notice it here, who is at the center of this computer organization here? It is the processing unit. All of the different units within your computer are definitely going to be commanded with this processing unit. It is going to be coordinated. The data flow that is going to happen within the computer, it is definitely through the processing unit. That means since it is at the center, since it is at the heart of the computer organization here, that is why sometimes to the same unit we also refer to as the central processing unit. इसी चीज को आपके और मेरे स्कूल में ये बोल के पढ़ाया जाता था कि this is what is called as the CPU within a computer. The name central processing unit, it is not simply given to it. There is a certain meaning. What is the meaning, sir? This is the meaning here. Am I clear with this? So out of all the 4 units here, which unit is extremely important? 100% it is the central processing unit. That unit is extremely important. चूंकि चारों में से ये सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी है, इसके बारे में थोड़ी और जानकारी लेना आवश्यक है. What is it, sir? Your central processing unit, further inside it has got 3 more subunits. What are those 3 subunits, sir? There is a unit. The name of this unit inside your CPU, it is called as the control unit. Sir, इसका काम क्या है, sir? Why should I explain? Because नाम पढ़ के आपको समझ में आ जाना चाहिए. All of the coordinations between different units inside your computer, it is going to be controlled. It is going to be coordinated with this unit called as the control unit. That is the job of this. Am I clear with this? Other than this, there is one more unit inside your computer, inside your CPU. What is the name of this unit, sir? But most importantly, this is how usually it is going to be represented in computer science. Let me also invest some time and represent it similarly. This unit is extremely important within your CPU. What is this unit, sir? This is the unit which is technically called as the arithmetic logic unit. That means this is what in short is referred to as the ALU unit. What is the job of this, sir? अगर से आपका computer आज, if it is able to add 2 plus 3 and it is able to show you the result 5, please give the courtesy to this unit called as the ALU unit within your CPU. If I open your CPU cabinet, from the CPU chip, if I take out this ALU unit, your computer is good for nothing. It can't even tell me what is 2 plus 5. Am I clear with this, everyone? So who is responsible to perform all of the arithmetic and logical operations within a computer? आज तक यही पता था कि CPU is responsible. But आज चूंकि हमने CPU के अंदर dive लगाई है, तो we know that there is a separate unit called as the arithmetic logic unit. Is it clear, everyone? Not only this, to store instructions, to store small amount of data, there is a small memory unit inside your CPU also. Of course, there is a memory unit in your computer, which is a completely separate unit, but there is a small storage unit inside your CPU. This small storage unit inside your CPU is what we technically refer to as the registers. Sir, registers kya hai, sir? They are the storage units. Where are they present? Inside your CPU. That's all. This is what is going to be good enough 10 to 15 marks questions hai computer science students ke liye. This is what is referred to as computer organization. Am I clear with this? And who is the scientist who proposed this model? It is a very famous computer scientist called as von Neumann model. That is why आपके computers भी ले लीजिए. Even in your computers, you will definitely find all of these 4 units. Input unit. Mouse is an input unit. Keyboard is an input unit. processing unit, 100%. आप सबके computers maybe there is a certain processor that you're using, maybe Intel i7 processor, maybe AMD processor, maybe some Ryzen processor, maybe IBM का power series का processor. It depends. Memory unit, आपकी कंप्यूटर की जो हार्ड डिस्क है, जो रैम है, 100% it is a memory unit. Output unit, your monitor screen is an output unit. The speaker that is connected to your computer is an output unit. Printer which is connected to the computer is an output unit. So does our computers also have all of these 4 units? 100% yes. Am I clear with this, everyone? So if you have really understood, बस इस चीज को आंसर कर देना थोड़ा. Can I say, if I have a pen, because I don't, I have it here. Can I call this computer as a pen? I know this is a foolish question to ask, but just to check your understanding. Can I call this as a computer? No. I mean, why are you even thinking so much? Already Von Neumann has given us the 4 criteria here. Only if those 4 criteria can be checked, only then it is going to be qualified to be called as a pen. What is the first criteria? It should have input unit. Does it have input unit, sir? 100% yes. The refill, the ink that is there, that is the input unit here. Next word, sir. Does it have the memory unit? Yes, the refill itself is the memory unit. It is going to store the ink here. Does it have the output unit? 100% yes. This nib that you have here, this is the output unit. Okay, all the 3 units are present, but which unit is missing here? A very critical unit, which is the processing unit. Can I give an instruction to this pen to add what is the result of 2 and 3 for me? It is not possible. The pen is not going to be able to do this for me. So can I call this as a computer? 100% no. A computer means it should have all the 4 components: input unit, processing unit, memory unit, as well as output unit. Am I clear with this, everyone? No. अभी इतना भी स्मार्ट मत बन जाइएगा कि सर हाँ सर पेन के साथ भी हम 2+3 फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं, सर पेपर लेके लिख दीजिए. What can I say? मैं कुछ बोल नहीं सकता. Anyways, so let's continue the discussion here. I hope all of you have understood the organization of a computer, and this organization, whatever I've spoken about the architecture here, it was proposed by a very famous computer scientist called as John von Neumann. और आज के भी जो modern day computers हैं, सारे computers are based on the same model here. Is it clear, everyone? Right, please speak quick. Take the heading, organization of a computer. Organization of a computer. Organization of a computer, and please quickly copy whatever you see on my screen. Thank you so much, everyone. I shall see you in the next session. Thank you so much.